It's been a really challenging year for small businesses in Ireland. We're in Grafton Street here. There's so many businesses aren't in operation at the moment, and that brings huge challenges. The SBCI is part of the whole package of government supports that's delivered to support small businesses and keep them going through this crisis. Our role is to provide debt support. We help banks and other institutions lend to SMEs by taking part of the risk. And we now have a comprehensive suite of products in the market. We have short-term, medium-term and long-term funding. Today we're launching with Permanent TSB their participation in our long-term funding scheme, the Future Growth Loan Scheme, and we're seeing huge interest in that scheme because it is much easier to repay those loans over a longer term and also provides substantial funding, often on an unsecured basis, which can be really important for SMEs in getting access to that finance. We're not seeing SMEs pile into debt. It's a challenging environment at the best of times, and with that, SMEs in Ireland tend to be naturally cautious when it comes to borrowing. They're quite risk averse when it comes to this aspect of their business, and that's really a result of the history of the economy here. But what we are seeing is prudent, sensible borrowing by SMEs, accessing funds through our schemes, and those schemes are enabling those funds to keep flowing, even though you'd normally see at this time of crisis banks withdrawing their risk appetite. The schemes have enabled them to continue to lend and for SMEs to continue to borrow. And so we've brought more firepower and funding schemes to bear in the last 12 months than we have in the whole history of the SBCI over the last 5 years. So it's been a key part of a very strong government reaction alongside all the wage supports and pandemic unemployment payments and grant schemes. And it's important for SMEs to look at all of those supports and access the ones that really work for them, whether it's a loan or a grant or another option. And hopefully by doing that, they'll be able to fight through this and we'll come out the other side as soon as possible.